Did you know, according to Leslye Headland, if you're paying attention to the story of the Acolyte, you're paying attention to the wrong aspects of the story. Wait, what? How does that end up? Guys, spoilers, this isn't a very well-written show, okay? Acolyte showrunner Leslye Headland says critics who take issue with Anakin Skywalker origin retcon are paying attention to the wrong aspect of the story. Yeah, you're supposed to focus on the compelling performances on display. The Acolyte showrunner Leslye Headland says she has mixed feelings regarding the fan backlash of her retconning the Anakin Skywalker origin, right? Because, yeah, he was the chosen one. But also, the Jedi, like, I know that they keep impeccable records, but they just deleted the one thing that was a little bit inconvenient where you had the two Force babies come out and did it first and did it before Anakin. Okay, so if you could just calm down on that, you'd realize that, everything is lining up perfectly. As confirmed in the third episode of the latest Disney A Star Wars disaster, rather than Anakin Skywalker being the first ever living creature to be conceived directly by the Force, the honor now belongs to its series protagonists, May and Osha. And yeah, that point ended up getting driven home in episode 7 as well. And it's even more egregious and perhaps a little bit more insulting to Anakin, as they were always intended as one creature, but because they were so powerful, they ended up becoming two separate Force beings. So yes, Anakin's Immaculate Conception, yeah, it's just a cheap ripoff, a cheap imitation. He was first and all. But focusing in on episode 7, I got some problems with it. I've shared some clips. We've talked about it before as early as yesterday, but there's just so much stupidity to go around. Got to spend a little bit more time talking about this because, oh my God, it's so silly, right? Like the Jedi were completely justifying in cleansing, Bednock, Breadnock, the lesbian space witch coven, okay? Completely justified in getting rid of all of them because A, they were mind controlling the Wookiee. I guess that would be the only way for that to make this laughable fight scene make sense, because you take a look at some of this choreography and yeah, you would have to imagine that, where's he aiming? Okay, bro, like those lightsabers are clashing right at the end, the reach on that thing, and he's nowhere close to little Common Baratheon, okay? Like somebody who has never wielded a sword before in their entire life, yeah, if they're the ones behind the mind control movements of this, might end up making a little bit more sense, right? But okay, it goes on, and again, where are you aiming with that one, my guy? And I can kind of understand, right? Because there's some people that are going to be picking apart the choreography on this, and well, okay, why isn't Jedi Master Squid Game, and why isn't little Tommen Baratheon trying to kill the mind controlled Jedi Wookiee? And oh God, like where's he aiming, bro? He's nowhere close to anything. He's just whipping that shit through the air. Like, yeah, you don't want to kill your friend, but you also want to defend yourself. So I understand that, but there's just so many openings to end this, and this is just abysmal. It's like, okay, at least Master Squid Game is in character on this one. Whenever there's somebody else in a lightsaber battle, he's standing down and waiting by until the director tells him action. So he's staying true to his character, at least in this episode. But, yo, man, again, like where's he aiming? Where's he aiming? Oh my God, you're mind controlled, okay? He's trying to kill those Jedi, but he is nowhere close. Like, that's real bad. Like, where's he going on that one? He barely moved out of the way, but he was still a good, 4 feet? 4 feet away from him? Oh, brother, this is brutal. Like, it wasn't as obviously bad when it came to the lightsaber fights in episode 5, and even just, us breaking that down. Chad from Shadiversity doing it, frame by frame, swing by swing, expertly, but where are you aiming on that one, bro? Like, this is just obviously crap, and everybody's lampooning this. Obviously, this is a parody account, and people are roasting it in the comment sections. Justifiably so. But yeah, defending yourself against one of your friends getting mind controlled by the witches, and then also, what about Master Squid Game? What about Jedi Master Squid Game stabbing Mother Anastasia, whatever, Amnesia, after she turned into a big scary smoke monster, and you have every reason to believe that that is a presage to you being mind controlled, because you've seen that play out how many different times during your interactions with these witches? No, she actually wasn't turning into like a big scary smoke monster or anything like that. She was turning into the Force, according to Leslye Headland, okay, the witch, turning into an ashy Dementor-like figure. Yeah, turning into the Force. Shouldn't she be turning into the thread, though? Like, I thought that was supposed to be what the witches do. But the Acolyte showrunner Leslye Headland recently shared her explanation for why the head witch in the show, Mother Anastasia, turning into an ashy Dementor was actually her becoming one with the Force. That I don't even know if the term Force was even uttered in their presence. They just simply referred to their understanding of the mystical magic in the Star Wars universe as the thread. So why wouldn't that be the case? But then again, if you've heard any interviews with Leslye Headland, you would understand that she has the articulation of Joe Biden. In the show's most recent episode, the Jedi confront the Witch Coven after discovering that the witches had split a single consciousness into two bodies with the twins Osha and May. During this confrontation, Mother Anastasia transformed into an ashy wraith reminiscent of the Dementors in Harry Potter. Her transformation comes in the wake of May seeking her out after burning her sister's journal and then lighting her room on fire. Well, to be fair, she's just trying to kill her. It also comes after, yes, Coral? Which one's Coral? And Torben, that's Tom and Baratheon, are about to engage each other in combat. Not only does Anastasia transform into this wraith, but she begins transforming May as well. So yeah, there you have Soul thinking, oh, okay, cool. So she's going to try and separate the kid. So he's working on the assumption that I need to save this kid here real quick. Let me just go ahead and try to stab this smoke monster, who I don't know, is she going to end up trying to kill me in the process? What the hell is going on here? Later in the episode, Coral, another one of the witches, is able to use the ability as well. Oh, that must be horny space lesbian. She's got the Darth Maul spikes, and it's very likely she's going to be revealed to be the Sith Master to Smilo Ren. In an interview with The Nerdist, Headland was asked about this scene when May asked for help from Anastasia. Not only does she start dematerializing her own body, she makes May turn into a shadow as well. What can you tell us about exactly what is happening there and why? Anastasia's main concern is the violence will be used in this confrontation, so you turn into your most scary form possible. Okay, something specifically designed to frighten people? Yeah, makes sense. With big scary teeth and a big unhinged jaw, makes sense. Jodie Turner-Smith and I talked about the meaning of meaning two things. One, that Anastasia could have come from some place that utilized violence. Yeah, it's something that she would have seen when she was a child, something that she would have endured in coming of age. So the main concern is obviously her safety of her children and the physical safety of them. Obviously, by turning one twin into a smoke monster and then just also deciding that, yeah, I'll let the other one go. Like, wait, what? None of this makes sense. Secondary concern is I don't want my children or my legacy to be affected by something violent. I mean, this shit makes absolutely no sense at all whatsoever, bro. And it's the rambling, incoherent mess like that that lets you know that the Acolyte, yeah, after Tuesday's episode 8, that shit is canceled. I mean, bro, like, did anybody think, looking at all of the different ratings, the Luminate ratings, the Nielsen ratings, that are just going to continue to go down and down and down and down as more people just simply laugh at the reviews of the people that are watching this, because the only people that are checking out this show on the regular are the YouTubers reviewing this. There's no normies left on this one. Hell, the shills, check out Grace Randolph. She's fallen off the wagon. The only person that's left defending this stuff is dumbass Alyssa Mercante. I mean, and she's a perpetual bad take machine that has weaponized idiocy in 2024, the lengths of which we haven't seen in a very long time. That's who they have left, bro. They have nobody with two brain cells to rub together. They're on their side anymore. So yeah, season 2 ain't gonna happen. It has not been greenlit, even though, from a sheer comedic standpoint, kind of want it to be greenlit. I want 9 years of this nonsense. I want to see how absolutely stupid, canon destroying that this can get. Acolyte showrunner Leslye Headland confirmed that a second season of The Acolyte has not been greenlit by Lucasfilm. But the story brought Kathleen Kennedy to tears, and Dave Filoni signed off on all of this stuff. So is the Lucasfilm trying to be sexist here by throwing a woman under the bus for the shortcomings of Dave Filoni? Is that what we're seeing right here? In an interview with The Nerdist, yes, citing that interview once again, Headland was asked, do you know if you're definitely getting a season 2? Because she had plans for it, okay? Hell, the Smilo Ren reveal was supposed to happen. It was supposed to be a 2-season arc right there. But she responded, no. And yeah, does that very uncomfortable chuckle that she does in all of her interviews. She then elaborated, I have no idea. Well, not that I have no idea. I would say that there are conversations. There's conversations, right? Just like there is for season 2 of the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. Season 4 of The Mandalorian. There's conversations about the Rey movie, what that ultimately is going to look like. But is anything actually gone forward into production? Don't worry about it. And I don't know when that will happen. I don't know when that decision will be made. Oh, I do. But anyways, Headland previously claimed that she didn't know if a second season would be in the cards. She told Entertainment Weekly at the end of June, "I'll tell you my philosophy on first seasons." Oh, okay, cool. Well, good. As somebody who is basically specialized in shows and projects that have only had one season, I'm sure she's an expert on this. Something that I've noticed in is first seasons will end on what should have been a break into Act 2. I feel like, merch, everyone's really expecting to get a second season, and I don't feel like that's a good idea. Well, of course you don't feel that way because you know what's going on. You're not getting a second season because this shit ain't performing. I think you should put everything you can into a first season. I agree. It's just if you put everything into the first season of The Acolyte and this is what we ended up getting, I mean, we probably could have done without your vision for Star Wars. Just saying, outside of, pure yucks. Again, give the audience a nice resolution that feels satisfying. Nothing that you're going to do in episode 8 is going to be satisfying at all, okay? That would be the biggest subversion of expectations in history. If this terrible series ended up coming to a satisfying conclusion, I will cut off my arm and eat it if that ends up being the case. But enough nods to mysteries, and you would want to see a second season, right? It's a little bit of both. I don't want to leave it so wrapped up like Obi-Wan or a standalone miniseries. Sorry, what? That there's no reason to watch a second season. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think that there's enough stuff in the last few episodes that you would want to have answered. Okay, listen. Okay, episode 6 was complete and total filler. It didn't progress the story at all whatsoever. May put on a goofy ass act. Okay, she was trying to fulfill her purpose in this story, but ended up getting sidetracked by Master Soul saying, "Hey, can you take the wheel for a second?" She's like, "Bet. I can put off killing you here for 10 seconds. And then Osha ended up getting seduced by Asian Ezra Miller and then put on the Smilo Ren hat. And then in episode 7, it was a flashback. It just says, yeah, Jedi are bad, but if that's what you're overtly trying to tell us, what you actually told us was that the Jedi did nothing wrong. They were totally justified. And if Disney doesn't give you a second season, they would also be justified. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.